Calgary real estate is showing signs of slowing down after being on an absolute tear since January. Today, I'm going to share the statistics on what happened for Calgary real estate in April, which may surprise you, and I'm going to share my thoughts at the end of the video on what could happen over the next few months. Okay, let's get into it. This is a table of Calgary detached home prices starting from January of this year. Just like the last 2 years, this year was the same, where spring market started in January. Benchmark prices for detached homes started this year off at $702,000, and in 1 month it jumped $19,000. From February to March, prices jumped another $18,000. What is interesting is that from March to April, prices still went up, but only by about $10,000, finishing off at $749,000. So far this year, detached home prices for Calgary real estate jumped $47,000 from January until now. That is an average increase of almost $12,000 per month. Looking at this inventory and sales graph from the last year, the blue bar shows our inventory did increase, but it is over 200 listings less than the same time last year. The red line is reflecting a continued upward trend for prices, but it is losing a little bit of steam. If you had a Calgary detached home for sale in Calgary in February, it would have taken you 25 days to sell, 20 days in March, and 19 days in April. Now, although pricing did increase by about $10,000, it is half of what the monthly gain was in January and February, and the gap for the days on market did not move much in April. This is an indication that the market could be losing a bit of steam, and if you waited to sell, you may not maximize your sale price, as pricing could take a breather over the next few months. Now, as a homeowner looking to sell, the danger for this is that we may see less bidding wars, which means less offers, which means lower pricing. And no, I don't mean lower pricing as in prices will be lower than today. They just won't go as high. Now, to mitigate this, if you want my free ebook on how to increase the value of your home by doing low cost, high impact improvements, then I will leave a link in the description below. I would suggest you clicking the link because time is running out. We know pricing is slowing down. You also have the option to book a quick 15-minute home evaluation call with me personally. Semi-detached homes. It's a similar story for semi-detached homes in Calgary. Looking at the benchmark price, in February, they were $639,000, March, $657,000, and in April, they ended up at $668,000. So it's gone up about $11,000 last month. Starting in January, pricing has gone up almost $11,000 every single month this year. Looking at the semi-detached inventory and sales graph, you can see by the blue bar that inventory levels are pretty much at the lowest compared to the last year, and sales in the green bar is the second highest. This tells me semi-detached homes are at a super tight level, and the equilibrium between supply and demand is worse now for buyers in April compared to April of last year. If you had a semi-detached home to sell, it is worth $11,000 more compared to March. But the interesting thing is the days on market. In February, it would have taken you 26 days to sell, 21 days in March, and 1 day longer in April at 22 days. Spring market is when we typically see more listings, so if you wanted to sell and you have the flexibility to do it now rather than later, it may be worth considering to do it now. Otherwise, it could take you a little bit longer to sell, and prices may increase at a slower pace. Townhomes. Townhome pricing did increase. In February, it was $436,000. March went up $12,000 to $448,000. And in April, townhome pricing went up about $10,000 to $458,000. Starting in January, pricing has gone up almost $8,000 every single month this year. Looking at the inventory and sales graph, you can see by the green bar that we are the third highest sales from last year. Inventory levels indicated by the blue bar shows lower than average. If you had a townhome to sell in Calgary in February, it would have taken you 20 days, March 17 days, and April 19 days. So what's interesting is that we have pretty high sales and lower inventory, but it's taking 2 extra days to sell last month than it would have the month before. You would have made an extra $10,000, but if you wait longer, the monthly increase may be smaller, just like detached and semi-detached homes in Calgary. Apartment prices are higher. In February, they were $329,000, March $337,000, and in April, we finished off at $346,000, a difference of $9,000. Apartment prices in Calgary have gone up $22,000 so far this year, which averages out to $5,500 per month. Looking at the inventory and sales graph, it's no surprise the apartment sector is still going strong. I mean, take a look at the red line, which is the pricing for the last 12 months. Apartments are the lowest price point for entry into the Calgary real estate market, and we are helping a lot of people from Ontario and outside of Alberta to buy income properties because of it. Plus, it's easier to manage for them. Since the barrier to entry is so much higher for all the other property types, condos are always the easiest, so I think we will continue to see strong pricing. If you have a condo to sell, in February it would have taken you 26 days, March 23 days, and in April the same at 23 days. You would have made an extra $9,000 compared to last month, but because days on market is the same as last month, it is an indication we could be slowing down. For all the people who bought around 2014, most people should be able to break even or turn a profit in selling. Some who bought pre-sale around 2014 may still need the market to go up a little bit more to break even, but for the majority of people, this may be a good time to exit if you've been thinking about it over the last few years. If you want a free home evaluation to see what your home is worth, click on the link below to contact us and we can help you calculate how much money you will have in your pocket after the sale. My thoughts. Okay, well, the fact that pricing and days on market are both slowing down, it kind of gives us an indication of what the next few months could look like. Smaller price decreases and perhaps longer days on the market. But let's be very clear. When I calculated how many people moved to Alberta in 2023 and looked at the number of housing starts that same year, Alberta is short 43,000 homes. So the basic economic fundamentals of supply and demand is still pretty wacky. We will not reach an equilibrium between the two for many, many years to come, especially if people are still moving to Alberta, which they are, from within Canada and the rest of the world. What we may see happen in Calgary real estate is taking a breather, and that could mean pricing may stabilize and be in a tight pricing range. There is too much demand for pricing to drop significantly. Now, the smart homeowners, especially the ones watching our channel, may see the slowing down and could go into panic mode, so we could see a bump in real estate listings. But again, I think the demand will just eat that up, no problem. If you're thinking about selling your home in Calgary's hot real estate market, remember to click on the link below to get my free guide on low cost, high impact improvements to your home so you can maximize your sale price. If you want to know what the home selling process is like step by step, check out this video in the link above here. Was that helpful? If so, guys, I would love your support by liking the video and feel free to subscribe if you want more content like this. My name is Felix Chan, Calgary Realtor and Mortgage Broker with the Live Intercity Real Estate Team powered by Real Broker, and we'll see you in the next video.